Your mind's a battlefield, a storm that never seems to quiet. It's 3 a.m. and you're staring at the ceiling, thoughts crashing like waves in a hurricane. One moment you're calm, the next you're drowning in doubts about tomorrow, regrets about yesterday, or fears that you'll never be enough. These thoughts feel like they're carving themselves into your soul, defining who you are. But they're not you. They're just noise, fleeting and powerless if you know how to handle them. Stoicism, a philosophy forged in the chaos of ancient Greece and Rome, offers 7 brutal laws to kill negative thinking and rewire your mind. These aren't fluffy affirmations or quick fixes. They're raw, practical, and hit like a sledgehammer, crafted by thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, who faced wars and betrayal, and Epictetus, who found freedom in his mind despite being enslaved. These laws can help you take back control, no matter how loud your head gets. Let's dive into them with real-life stories to make them stick, so you can start using them today and build a stronger, clearer mind that stands firm against the storms within. Your thoughts aren't you. Picture this. You're at a coffee shop, fumbling your order, and the barista gives you a sharp look. Your brain screams, "I'm such an idiot. Everyone's judging me." That voice feels like the truth, but it's not. Stoics like Epictetus taught that thoughts are just events in your mind, passing clouds, not the sky itself. You don't have to believe them or let them define you. A friend of mine spilled wine at a work party, staining her boss's carpet. She spent the night thinking, "I'm a disaster. They'll never respect me." Then she tried a Stoic trick. She wrote down the thought and asked, "Is this me or just a thought?" It was just a thought. She wasn't her mistake. The next time a negative thought hits, try saying, "This is a thought, not a fact." It's like muting a blaring alarm. You start to see your thoughts as separate from who you are. This shift is like unlocking a door you didn't know was there. It takes practice, but each time you do it, you weaken the grip of those harsh inner voices. Start small. Notice one thought today and let it pass without judgment. It's like taking a deep breath after holding it too long. You'll feel lighter, freer, ready to move forward. Over time, this practice builds a mental muscle that lets you observe your thoughts without being consumed by them, giving you space to choose your response. Don't fight reality. You're stuck in a downpour, no umbrella, soaked to the bone. Your mind rages. "Why does this always happen to me? This is so unfair." That's you arguing with what is, and it's a fight you'll never win. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Wishing things were different only multiplies your pain. Picture failing a big exam you studied for. It hurts, no question. But fighting the fact that it happened, that's like yelling at a wall for being in your way. Acceptance isn't defeat, it's strategy. A neighbor of mine got laid off unexpectedly. He spent weeks bitter, replaying how it shouldn't have happened. Then he tried a Stoic approach. He listed what he could control, updating his resume, networking, learning new skills, and let go of the rest. Within months, he landed a better job. Acceptance didn't erase the pain, it freed his energy for action. Try this. When life hits, write down the situation, then split it into 2 columns, what you can control and what you can't. Focus on the first. It's like wiping fog from a window. The path ahead becomes clear. Reality isn't your enemy. Fighting it is. The sooner you accept what is, the sooner you can move forward with purpose. This law is about redirecting your energy from resistance to progress, turning setbacks into stepping stones.
Your first emotions are liars. You get a curt text from a friend canceling plans, and anger surges. You want to fire back. Fine, forget you. But hold on. Seneca, who navigated the cutthroat politics of Rome, knew that first emotions are impulsive. like a spark that doesn't always mean fire. They trick you into overreacting. Pause, breathe, ask, is this worth my energy? I once got a snarky email from a coworker during a stressful project. My gut screamed to clap back. Instead, I took a stoic beat, counted to 10, stepped outside for air. By the time I responded, I realized their tone was about their stress, not me. That pause saved me from a pointless conflict. Try it. When an emotion surges, wait. Count to 10, take a walk or splash cold water on your face. It's like dodging a punch you didn't see coming. Most of the time, that first wave fades, and you're left clearer, calmer, in control. This isn't about bottling up feelings. It's about choosing which ones deserve your attention. Practice it, and you'll stop being a puppet to every emotional tug. Start today. The next time you feel that flare, pause for just 10 seconds. You'll be amazed how often the urge to react fades, leaving you with clarity to act wisely. The stories you tell yourself create your pain. You burn dinner before a big family gathering. Your brain spins a tale. I'm a failure. They'll all think I'm useless. That's not the burnt food talking. It's the story you're weaving. Stoics teach that events are neutral. Your interpretation makes them hurt. Take two people stuck in the same airport delay. One's fuming, thinking, this is ruining my trip. The other's reading a book, thinking, more time to relax. Same delay, different stories. I used to torture myself over small mistakes, like forgetting a friend's birthday. My story was, I'm a terrible friend. Then I started separating facts from fiction. Fact, I forgot. Fiction, I'm awful. Dropping the fiction eased the guilt. Try this. When you're upset, write down the event, then the story you're telling. Cross out the story, stick to the facts. It's like pulling a thorn from your skin, sudden relief. The more you practice, the less you'll let made-up stories drag you down. You're not your mistakes. You're the one who decides what they mean. This takes time, but each time you strip away a false story, you reclaim a piece of your peace. It's a process of untangling your mind from the narratives that hold you back. Your environment shapes your mind. Hang out with people who complain nonstop, and you'll start griping too. Scroll through endless bad news, and your brain expects disaster. Epictetus warned that your environment molds your thoughts, like water carving a canyon. A buddy of mine was stuck in a negative spiral. His coworkers were always venting about the boss, the workload, the world. It rubbed off. He started dreading work, expecting the worst. Then he made a change. He sought out colleagues who talked about ideas, not complaints. He swapped doom scrolling for podcasts about growth and learning. Within weeks, his mindset shifted. He wasn't fighting negative thoughts as much because his environment wasn't feeding them. Your environment isn't just people. It's what you read, watch, listen to. Audit your life. Who's dragging you down? What's fueling your fears? Cut it out. Surround yourself with positivity, like planting flowers instead of weeds. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing what shapes your mind. Start small. Unfollow one toxic account or spend 10 minutes with someone who lifts you up. You'll feel the difference. Over time, a better environment builds a better mind, one that's less fertile ground for negativity. You're not broken. You're tired. Negative thoughts hit hardest when you're running on empty. You're not failing at life. Your brain's just low on fuel. Seneca wrote about rest as a strength, not a weakness. I used to push through exhaustion, thinking it made me tough. I'd stay up late, skip meals, and wonder why I felt like a wreck. My negative thoughts would scream louder about work, relationships, everything. Then I tried a Stoic reset. Sleep, decent food, a short walk. It was like flipping a switch. The thoughts didn't vanish, but they lost their edge. A client of mine was spiraling, thinking she was useless at her job. Turns out she was surviving on 4 hours of sleep and coffee. She prioritized rest, ate better, and started walking daily. Her confidence came back and her negative thoughts quieted. If you're drowning in negativity, check the basics. Are you sleeping enough? Eating real food? Moving your body? One good night's sleep can make the world look less grim. Treat your body like a machine. Give it fuel and it runs better. Your mind will follow. Start tonight. Aim for 7 hours of sleep and see how it shifts your perspective. It's not a cure, but it's a foundation for a stronger mind that can better handle life's challenges.
Gratitude kills negativity. It sounds soft, but it's a weapon. When you're stuck in a dark loop, focusing on what's good is like shining a flashlight. Marcus Aurelius started his days listing what he was thankful for: his family, his health, even the sunrise. It grounded him, no matter the chaos. Try it. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Could be your coffee, a sunny day, or a stranger's smile. I started this during a rough patch, when I felt like life was against me. At first, it felt forced, like writing a cheesy card. But after a week, I noticed my brain shifting. I'd see a sunset and think, "That's beautiful," instead of "Work's a mess." Gratitude doesn't erase problems, it balances them. It's like adding weight to the positive side of the scale. Keep at it, and negativity starts losing its grip. Try this. Every morning, jot down 3 things you're grateful for. Make it specific: warm blanket, a good laugh, a kind word. Over time, your mind will default to what's good, not what's wrong. This practice builds a habit of seeing light, even in the darkest moments, rewiring your perspective to focus on abundance rather than lack. These Stoic laws aren't a quick fix. They're tools, sharp, practical, built for real life. They don't promise a mind free of negative thoughts. That's not the goal. The goal is control. You decide what thoughts stick and what ones pass. You choose to accept reality instead of fighting it. You pause before your emotions take the wheel. You rewrite the stories that hurt you. You curate your environment. You rest when you need to. You lean into gratitude to keep negativity in check. I've seen these ideas work wonders. A few years ago, I was buried in stress. Work deadlines, family drama, you name it. My head was a mess of "I'm not enough" thoughts. Then I found Stoicism. I started small, writing down what I could control each day. Slowly, the fog lifted. I wasn't fixed, but I was fighting. You can too. These laws helped people like Marcus Aurelius face empires crumbling, and Epictetus endure slavery. Your negative thoughts? They're tough, but they're not tougher than you. Let's make it practical. Start with one law today. Try noticing your thoughts as clouds, not truths. Or pause when you feel that emotional surge. Maybe write down 3 things you're grateful for. Small steps build momentum. Think of your mind as a garden. Negative thoughts are weeds, stubborn but not invincible. These Stoic laws are your shovel, your shears, your gloves. Pull one weed at a time. Notice a negative thought and let it pass. Accept what you can't change. Pause before you react. Rewrite your stories. Curate your environment. Rest when you're tired. Practice gratitude daily. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every step makes your mind stronger, clearer, freer. You're not your thoughts. You're the one who decides what stays and what goes. Here's a story to drive it home. A woman I know was struggling after a divorce. She felt like a failure, replaying every mistake in her marriage. Her thoughts were relentless. "I'll never be happy again." Then she stumbled on Stoicism. She started small, using these laws. She'd catch her negative thoughts and label them as just thoughts, not truths. She stopped fighting the reality of her divorce and focused on what she could control: her hobbies, her friendships, her growth. She paused when anger or sadness hit, giving herself space to breathe. She rewrote her story. Instead of "I'm broken," it became "I'm rebuilding." She surrounded herself with supportive people and cut out toxic ones. She prioritized sleep and exercise, which cleared her mental fog. And she practiced gratitude, writing down one good thing each day, like a warm cup of tea or a kind text from a friend. It wasn't instant, but over months, her mind transformed. She wasn't free of pain, but she was free of its control. She's now thriving, running her own business and living with purpose.
But let's dig deeper into how these laws work in everyday life. Take the first law:
Your thoughts aren't you. It's not just about noticing thoughts, it's about building a habit of detachment. Imagine you're driving and someone cuts you off. Your mind says, "I'm so angry, they're such a jerk." That's a thought, not your identity. By labeling it as a thought, you create space to choose. Do I stew in anger, or do I let it go? A coworker of mine used this when she got harsh feedback on a project. Instead of spiraling into, "I'm terrible at this," she said, "That's a thought, not me." She revised her work calmly and got praise later. This law is about reclaiming your power from the automatic chatter in your head. Or consider not fighting reality. Life throws curveballs, missed flights, broken relationships, unexpected bills. Fighting what's already happened is like trying to unspill milk. A student I know failed a crucial course. He was devastated, thinking, "My future's ruined." Then he applied Stoic logic. He couldn't change the grade, but he could retake the course, study differently, and ask for help. By accepting the failure, he turned it into a plan. This law isn't about passivity. It's about focusing your energy where it counts, turning obstacles into opportunities. Pausing before reacting can save relationships. I had a friend who almost ended a friendship over a misunderstood comment. She was furious, ready to cut ties. But she paused, took a walk, and realized the comment wasn't meant to hurt. That pause preserved a decade-long bond. Seneca's advice to wait out the first emotion is like a shield against regret. It's about giving yourself a moment to see clearly, to act from reason, not impulse. Rewriting your stories is a game changer. A colleague missed a promotion and thought, "I'm not good enough." That story kept her up at night. Then she broke it down. Fact, she didn't get the promotion. Story, she's not enough. She crossed out the story and focused on facts. She could improve her skills and try again. That shift turned her pain into motivation. This law teaches you to question the narratives that amplify your suffering, stripping them down to what's real. Your environment is a silent force. I knew someone who spent hours on social media comparing herself to influencers. Her thoughts turned dark. "I'm not pretty enough, successful enough." She switched to following accounts about mindfulness and fitness. Her mood lifted. Epictetus was right. Your surroundings shape you. Choose ones that build you up, not tear you down. It's like choosing clean water over mud. Rest is a Stoic superpower. I used to think pushing through exhaustion was strength, but when I was sleep-deprived, every small problem felt like a crisis. A week of good sleep and healthy meals changed that. Negative thoughts lost their bite. Seneca knew that a rested mind is a resilient mind. Check your basics: sleep, food, movement. They're the foundation for everything else. Gratitude is the ultimate weapon. During a tough year, I started writing down 3 things I was thankful for daily: a good meal, a friend's laugh, a sunny walk. It rewired my brain to notice the good, not just the bad. Marcus Aurelius used this to stay grounded amid chaos. It's not about ignoring pain, it's about balancing it with what's still good. You can do this too. Your mind is yours to shape. These 7 Stoic laws are your blueprint. They're not easy, but they're worth it. Negative thoughts will always creep in. They're part of being human. But you don't have to let them win. Use these tools to fight back. Start today. 1 thought, 1 pause, 1 grateful moment. You're stronger than you know, and these laws will prove it. Your negative thoughts don't stand a chance. Keep practicing, and you'll build a mind that's not just resilient, but unbreakable. The Stoics faced wars, exile, and death with these principles. You can face your inner storms and come out stronger. Take the first step now. Pick 1 law and try it. Your mind is waiting.